Yo, what is going on, guys? I Prevised here, also known as Fire Dust. I'm going to be teaching you how to script, like the very basics of scripting. So, if you're like very newbie and you have zero knowledge of scripting, this is going to be the perfect video for you because I'm hopefully going to go in depth of explaining. So hopefully this is like the best explained scripting video out there on YouTube. So, if you don't know how to set up a game, um, I keep saying go to develop, and you should be on my creation. Just press create new place and go through that process, and should bring you into studio. Alrighty, so this is studio. Now I'm not really gonna go over how to work studio and stuff, but if you want to know how to work on studio, let me know in the comments below and I'll teach you. I'll make a separate video of that. If you want to know how to work studio, you know, all these tabs. It's pretty simple. You know, you have parts, toolbox if you want to insert free models under models. You know. Okay, let's get in with basic scripting. Alright, so in workspace, let's right click on workspace, insert object, script. Now there's something called a local script in script, but we're going to work with script. So a script can be named anything. So let's do my first script. Now, you do not have to put my first script. It does not matter. It can be named script still. So, as you can see, you'll have something called print hello world. Now, what this is going to do, also guys, make sure you do this. View, on the view tab, there's something called explore and properties. Make sure you enable those. Make sure it's gray, like looking like this. You know, you might have nothing on your screen. Enable. And also output. If you want to get big into scripting, enable that output, bruh. Alright, so what this is going to do is print. It's going to print hello world in the output. So, I know this is nothing really. You're probably thinking, oh wow, that's not cool. All it does is print. Well, you're going to need to know printing for like, like if your code does not work. You're gonna want to need to know print, so you can test out your code, make sure it works and stuff. Okay, so let's get on with variables. Variables are needed. You need to know variables. A variable can hold a number value, a boolean value. A number value is like any number. Also, let me just change my settings. The number color, let's just change. Maybe something like this. Yeah, okay. So we changed my number color. Alright. So a variable can hold any kind of number. It can hold a boolean. A boolean is either true or false. And a string. A string can either have... A string is like text. Now, a string could either use apostrophe, which is this, and then ends off like that, or a quote. Those are strings. It does not matter what you use, but okay. So let's start off with a variable. So anytime you make a variable, make sure you put local in front of it. So a variable can be named anything. So let's just do var1, which is just going to stand for variable 1. So var1 equals, so anytime you make a variable, you have a variable name, and then you put equals right after it. Now, what we're going to want to do is make this base plate, which is this thing. As you can see, whenever you select base plate, it's this big model. What we want to do is make this, we want the anchored to become false. You know what I'm saying, brez? Yeah, so we want the anchor to become false. So normally it's true, so we want it to become false. So what anchored is, it's okay, so it's true right now. That means it will not fall to the ground whenever you press play or whenever a game starts. If it's false, then it would just fall because you know it's not anchored. So we always want it true. So in here, var1 equals game.workspace.baseplate. Alright, so we have a variable. So this variable means game.workspace.baseplate. Now I know you're wondering, well, a lot of you are probably wondering, what's game, what's workspace, what's baseplate? Well, as you can see, workspace holds terrain, this script, camera, and base plate. Okay? So, what is game? You're probably asking yourself. Well, workspace is this, which workspace holds all these. But where's game? So game comes from. Okay, well, let me just explain this better. So, game holds all of this right here. Kind of like workspace, how workspace holds these. No, workspace does not hold players. I don't know why I said like that. So game holds all this. So what we're doing is going into game, which is all of this. Then we want to go into workspace. Then we want to go in base plate. So this variable pretty much gets the base plate. Now, what if we want to change the anchored, which is in properties, anchored to false? So let's do this. var1 dot. Now this is very basic. I just want to test you guys. What I want you to do is, so I pretty much have this almost all set up. So var1 pretty much means base plate, which is right here. So I want you to change the anchor to false. Now try to challenge yourself. This is pretty simple. Like, if you would be me, knowing like with my knowledge, this is very simple. But for you first learning how to script, it might be kind of complicating. But challenge yourself and try to change the anchor to false. Now I'm guessing you're done with it if you challenged yourself to do it. Hopefully you did. So var1 dot anchored equals false. Now if you did this, congratulations on your pregnancy test. I lie. var1 dot anchored equals false. So what we're saying is, so variables, they really don't run code, kind of like how this runs code. What I mean by that is this doesn't really do anything, but this does. So what line 3 is saying is game.workspace.baseplate.anchored, which is game.workspace.baseplate.anchored equals false. So whenever it's unchecked, that means false. So let's see what happens. So it's anchored right now. If we press play, make sure you put it back to anchored. And as you can see how we are pretty much falling. You know, the base plate. Yeah, that works. Now what if we do can collide? So if you go in base plate, you see can collide. Now challenge yourself again. Okay, let's just do this. So var1 dot, what if we want to change the can collide to false? Challenge yourself again, and if you get this, congratulations on your pregnancy test. Not lie again. Okay, anyways, can collide. Remember, guys, anytime you make a script, caps matter. Remember that. So can collide equals false. So what can collide is, if it's true, then you cannot fall through the part, or you cannot go through the part. If it's false, you can just go through the part, slide through the part, whatever. Now, let me show you what I mean. So, oh, snap. Why did I do this? Okay, let me stop. So in your base plate, make sure can collide is true, so you cannot go through the base plate, because this script is going to change it to false. So yeah, and we should fall right through it. Yep, because can collide is false, because we changed it to false in the script. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of scripting. Now, you know, I could make a part 2 if you guys would like to see more. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. Please like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Peace out.